For centuries, millions of people have repeated the same claim. Christianity was forced on black people. But what if the real story is far more complicated and far more shocking? Because long before European colonizers arrived in much of Africa, long before the Atlantic slave trade, and centuries before America even existed, there were already black Christian kingdoms, black bishops, black saints, black theologians, and African churches older than many churches in Europe itself. In fact, some of Christianity's earliest and most important figures were African. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, thank you. Before we dive into the main story, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell notification button for more interesting video like this. So how did Christianity spread across Africa and among black communities around the world? Was it through faith, trade, empire, violence, slavery, or survival? Tonight, we uncover the hidden history of how millions of black people became Christian, from the ancient kingdoms of Africa to the horrors of slavery to the rise of black churches that would later change the world forever. And by the end of this video, you may completely rethink everything you thought you knew about Christianity and black history. One of the biggest myths in history is that Christianity began as a European religion. It did not. Christianity began in the Middle East during the 1st century AD, and Africa became one of the earliest centers of Christianity. In fact, according to the Bible, one of the first non-Jewish converts to Christianity may have been an African official from Ethiopia. The story appears in the book of Acts. An Ethiopian court official encountered one of Jesus' followers and was baptized on the road from Jerusalem to Gaza. This is important because it shows African contact with Christianity happened extremely early. By the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, Christianity had already spread across North Africa. Cities like Alexandria in Egypt became major Christian centers. And some of Christianity's most influential thinkers were African men. One of them was Augustine of Hippo. Born in Roman North Africa in 354 AD, Augustine became one of the most important theologians in Christian history. Another major figure was Tertullian, and another, Athanasius of Alexandria. These men helped shape Christian doctrine itself, meaning Africa was not just converted to Christianity. Africa helped build Christianity, while Europe struggled through invasions and collapse. Some African kingdoms became deeply Christian. One of the most famous was Ethiopia. According to tradition, the kingdom of Aksum adopted Christianity in the 4th century AD under King. There, enslaved people prayed, sang, preached, and worshipped away from white supervision. African spiritual traditions mixed with Christian teachings. Music became central. Emotion, survival, and community became part of worship. And out of unimaginable suffering, black Christianity evolved into something unique and powerful. Spiritual songs carried hidden meanings. Some songs even contained coded messages connected to escape and resistance. Faith became survival. After slavery, black churches became some of the most important institutions in black communities. Churches were not only religious centers. They became schools, political meeting places, economic support systems, community shelters, and centers of resistance. Black pastors became leaders in social justice movements. During segregation in the United States, black churches helped organize resistance against racism. One of the most famous leaders emerged from this tradition, Martin Luther King Jr., a Baptist minister whose Christian beliefs shaped the civil rights movement. Suddenly, Christianity among black people was no longer simply about colonization or slavery. It had become connected to freedom, dignity, identity, and survival. Meanwhile, Christianity spread rapidly across Africa during the 19th and 20th centuries. Missionaries built churches, schools, and hospitals. Colonial governments often supported missionary activity. In many places, conversion happened alongside European imperialism. This created deep controversy. Some Africans viewed Christianity as connected to colonial domination. Others embraced Christianity while rejecting colonial rule. African communities also reshaped Christianity into local forms. Traditional music, languages, and customs entered worship. Independent African churches emerged outside European control. Today, Africa is one of the fastest-growing Christian regions on earth. Countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ghana, have massive Christian populations. And some experts believe Africa may become the global center of Christianity in the future. Today, debates about Black Christianity remain intense. Some argue Christianity was primarily a colonial tool forced upon Black populations. Others point out Christianity existed in Africa long before colonialism. Both perspectives contain truth, because the history is complex. Christianity reached Black communities through multiple paths: ancient African kingdoms, trade routes, missionaries, slavery, resistance movements, colonization, and personal faith. This history cannot be reduced to one simple explanation, and that complexity is what makes the story so fascinating. Today, Black Christianity influences the entire world. Black churches shaped gospel music, civil rights activism, preaching styles, and global worship culture. African pastors lead some of the largest churches on earth. African American spiritual traditions transformed modern music genres. And millions of Christians worldwide now look to Africa as a major spiritual center. Ironically, the continent some Europeans once viewed as a mission field may soon become Christianity's most influential region. History has a strange way of turning upside down. But perhaps the most shocking truth of all is that Black Christianity was never just one story. It was built through conquest and survival, through suffering and hope, through empire and resistance. Some accepted Christianity freely. Others encountered it through violence and colonization. Many reshaped it into something entirely their own. And hidden beneath churches, hymns, and prayers lies one of the most complicated stories in human history. A story still shaping Africa, America, and the world today. Because the question was never simply, how did Black people become Christian? The real question is, how did Black communities transform Christianity itself? Please do not forget to subscribe to our page. It's free. Thank you very much. For more videos like this, click add, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting historic fact videos.